All right, let's see if we sound like a robot today. We do not.
Hello, gent and gentesses, and all you beautiful beings of the World Wide Web. It is I, Contraption, back with another voiceover live stream. How's it going, everybody? It's been a while since we've done the whole Read Wednesdays thing. Unfortunately, work just keeps getting in the way. It's been difficult to find some time that isn't filled with annoying, constantly irritating work. So, we're back. Finally. After a rather early start to our day, I decided that perhaps we would have time to properly enjoy some Read Wednesdays. So then, why don't we, hop on in?
Hey, Miss List, how's it going? Was that intro too extra? I want to try a new thing. I want to try something different. We can probably make ourselves a little smaller. We don't need to be crazy big. Hello. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since we did a Read Wednesday. It's been like already 2 or 3 weeks, and it's because every other Wednesday I ended up working, and I don't usually work on a Wednesday afternoon, but I just suddenly was like, oh yeah, we got work, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyways, I'm looking forward to just chilling out for a little bit. As I said, it was an early start today, so we actually got to, like, you know, get our work out of the way, and now we get to have our play, our fun. So I was thinking that was the best live intro I've ever seen in my life. I clipped it. Yes, the voice changer. I'm still messing around and figuring it out. But hopefully we get to have more fun with it. It's difficult to use when in like Discord and stuff, but you know, it's good. That's the radio demon voice changer, and there's a little dial from good to evil, which is fun to play with. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna do some more stuffs now. I don't know if anyone has any preferences. I was gonna start with a short story again because I feel like it's a really nice, like, dipping in point. You know, it's not, you don't have to go all the way into a full visual novel. You don't have to, like, pick the manga that you're going to read however many chapters of. It's just nice. It's a nice little, like, entry level thing. And yeah, and we're still messing around. I need to put more time into setting up the, like, sound effects, so that those are, like, easier to reference. But we're you know, it's only week 2. We're still ironing out kinks. But yes, I'm glad I'm glad you liked it. How's your day going so far? I am committing a voice actor sin, and instead of drinking tea or water, I decided to make myself a hot chocolate and grab some cookies. So apologies if my audio is a bit smacky for the first, like, 10 minutes or so. I support this sin. Thank you. My editors would not, but I don't have to, like, answer to no editors today. Working lurking. All right, let's see here. What would be a good one to go to? Let's swap over to our, where is it? Oh, yeah, there we go. We'll swap over to the correct page where we can see what we're working with. I should probably just scoot this over. Just scoot this right over so I can see better what I'm actually dealing with. Okay. So, what do we want? We've got all these categories, right? We've got adventure, African American, American, Asian American. I'm not sure exactly what those categories entail. We've got bedtime, Black, Christian, Christmas, coming of age, contemporary, creative, nonfiction, crime. Ooh, crime. Crime might be fun. Desai? What is Desai? I don't know what Desai is. Also, I'm noticing that. Hold on. Does this? Oh no! For a second there, I thought the. Oh, I thought when I went like this. No, I am behind. Why am I behind? Why am I behind the? I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I thought I in the category, in the order of things, my face cam should be above. Yeah, it is. All right. I'm just insane. Anyways, the side drama, East Asian fantasy, fiction, friendship, funny, gay, happy, high school, historical fiction, horror. You know what? I feel like I would like to do crime. All right, what do we got? Beneath the quaking aspen, unoccupied, due date, the mistake we've made by Zach Powell. Cup of suspicion though. All right. We're gonna look at Cup of Suspicion by Sharon Harris. Okay. Warning. If you accept your invitation to this tea party, there will be a mention of poison and murder. It starts at 3:30 p.m. GMT. Don't be late. Why had Hazel invited the taxman to tea? Was he the next to suffer, like they had? Last month, she'd asked the planning officer who'd refused to let her build a conservatory. The month before that, it had been the headmistress who'd given Billy a detention. It was a pattern, but only Jude could see it. The other friends, or were they victims? Thought Hazel was a darling to invite such a range of people. So sweet, they said. So generous, they said. So suspicious, Jude murmured. The thing was, someone was always ill after tea. Amber had a palpitation after eating a caraway bun, even though it was so small. Jude had listened to her repeating that she was tired and hungry, and her heart was racing. Surely those were symptoms of an insulin overdose. But Amber was always tired and hungry, or so she said. The only difference was that the speed of her heart. Jude, still by Amber's side, had thought how much of an improvement it might be for Amber's life if her heart did beat a little faster. She might be better at tennis for a start, and she'd be able to beat Hazel. Then Mary had been sick after her yellow French dressing. Jude had helped her to clean the driftwood white laminate flooring in the bathroom. Mary had been sobbing, mortified at the look at the floor. Had been mortified that the floor had been stained a luminous yellow. Jude hadn't the heart to tell Mary that her new white fillings were now the same shade as the floor. Jude had to admit Mary's bright smile had been annoying, but now it would make Jude smile too. They were right, smiling was contagious. Right there, on the bathroom floor, Jude had known that Hazel was up to something. She'd watched enough forensic dramas to know that rat poison could make you vomit bright yellow. But why would Hazel do this? What was she trying to gain? Was she practicing, trying to get the doses right? Would there be more dramatic events soon? An imminent death, perhaps? Would Jude have the chance to save a life at last? She'd love to do that. She'd be a hero, and people would want to talk to her at all the time. Jude had started training as a paramedic once, before her mother's accident. She'd learned for real after that. She'd watched medical videos, read medical blogs, and loved her mother until she was gone. Without her, Jude missed the contact with the health services. She needed people to know that she cared and that she was there for people, if only they reached out to her. When Hazel first invited Jude to tea, they were in the pharmacy at Fording Bridge. They'd started chatting beside the paracetamol well, Hazel had chatted, Jude just listened and encouraged her. Then Hazel invited her to tea, just like that. And Jude managed to be there, despite her tonsillitis. That was last year, before people were getting ill. Now Jude was considering refusing to go, but she visualized the empty tea time in her flat, along with the empty lunch time and evenings. She couldn't bear it. It was better to go than to be alone. Jude liked to be invited to things. That was the truth of it. She wanted to be included, and that was important to her. Jude had been lucky so far. She hadn't been ill. She watched Hazel carefully. She had a duty to keep herself well, since she would be needed to look after the others when the time came. Besides, Jude realized she was fascinated. What condition did Hazel suffer from that made her do this? Perhaps it was Hazel that needed her help, not the others. It was 3:14 p.m. Jude decided to walk to the tea party. Since there was plenty of time, the house wasn't far, and it would give her a chance to wear the kitten heels she'd bought last year and never worn. Picking up her handbag and her flowery biscuit tin, she left the flat. Outside, she turned to go up Rumsey Street because she liked the bustle of it. The houses were built for families and overseas students. Jude waved at a group of women and prams, and at a window cleaner whose ladder wobbled as she brushed past. She didn't know them, of course, but if she waved, her dress flowed around, and she'd be looking flushed and happy when she knocked on Hazel's door. She'd have to hope that the dread that she was feeling didn't creep into her eyes and give her away. Hazel's house was pretty. There were fluffy net curtains at the window, and Hazel in her effervescent tea dress at the door. What would the taxman think? Was the poor man there already? Jude took a deep breath and crossed the road. "Hazel!" said Jude, handing her a tin of homemade shortbread, using it as a shield so she wouldn't be hugged or air kissed. "Come in, Jude. Roxy and Thomas are here already. Everyone's a little eager," said Hazel, wiping her hands on her pinny. Thomas? Was that the taxman? She pronounced it Tomaz, as if she knew him well. Was there a way you could pronounce her own name to show that she was known well too? Jude or Jude? No, probably not. She was just Jude. That's what they'd called her at school. Just Jude. "Oh," they'd say in disappointment, "it's just Jude." At least Hazel hadn't done that, and Jude smiled slightly as they walked down the narrow hall into a bright kitchen. The retro-style unit and red gingham curtains seemed to make everyone happy. Hazel mixed retro era with a distressed kitsch, with factory shop bargaining, and Jude wondered how anything ever looked good. But it did, somehow. The kitchen was welcoming, like a little pat on the head from your uncle. Jude saw Roxy standing by the window, looking into the garden. She'd be imagining a fish pond more than likely. Roxy worked for a fish charity in Africa, and could answer any trivia question about fish in the Zambezi. But she didn't have her own fish, not even a goldfish. Jude had bought her a minnow, a bath toy, last Christmas, and she'd hoped that was helping. It was 3:30. Hazel appeared to be incredibly pleased with her guests. Well, not Jude, Roxy, or Tomas, to be fair, but the others. They were on time. They'd made Hazel's day by ringing the doorbell at exactly the right moment, and now she was able to reveal her new 3-tiered cake stand stuffed with potentially hazardous tea time treats. "Beautiful," said Amber, looking for caraway buns. Said the taxman, because he needed to join in. "Just like Claridge's," said Hazel, swirling the stand around so that her guests could see the full wonder of her baking skills. Jude looked on in horror. She didn't know how she was going to protect everyone this time. There were so many choices, even little sandwiches. She noticed it was usually just cakes. Savory things added to the problem. Jude's responsibility was huge. Hazel might have used fish paste, and that was great for disguising poison. In fact, Jude couldn't smell the sardines. In fact, Jude could smell the sardines and the tomato paste from here. She held onto her chair for support. There were goat cheese and rocket sandwiches on brown bread. Hazel even telling them brown bread was better for their health, but the salad leaves weren't rockets at all. Jude stared. Was that hemlock? Well, we'll go in the garden, called Hazel from the back door, and they all followed each other into the sun. Hazel took the teapot, Roxy carried the cups and saucers, and Jude lost out to Thomas in the rush to carry the resplendent cake stand. He brushed her away as if he was incapable, as if she was incapable. Jude nearly swore at him. Her frustration had escalated. He'd ruined her plan of dropping the thing on the way out. It was 3:53 p.m. Jude grabbed a goat cheese sandwich and took it behind a large hydrangea bush. She pulled the bread apart and examined the contents. Her hands were so sweaty, it was beginning to melt the cheese. She couldn't be sure about the leaves, but they weren't rockets. She knew that. Should she try a bite? Take the risk for her tea friends? Was it worth it? As Jude crept back to the patio, trying not to gag, Hazel bent forward to Mary, offering her a sandwich from the stand. Mary thankfully chose a macaroon, and Hazel turned to Jude. "Did you see my husband?" she said. "Pardon?" Jude was taken aback. There hadn't been anyone behind the bush with her. Besides, she'd never met Hazel's husband. She hadn't even been aware that Hazel was married. Hazel, warned Thomas, while Mary snickered. They were looking at Jude, every one of them. He had a feeling they knew what she'd been doing, but she'd been so diplomatic. How could they? But Hazel's husband, what had he got to do with it? Jude was getting flustered. She didn't understand. She looked at them again. Thomas' hands rested lightly on Hazel's arm, an informal gesture that you did when you knew someone well. Amber was grinning widely. She knew what this was about. That much was obvious. They all did. Jude sensed from looking around. Embarrassed and flustered, she never understood jokes. They made her feel uncomfortable, like she wasn't clever enough, like she wasn't allowed to understand. Excluded from the laughing. Jude remembered how it had felt all those times in the past when she wasn't welcome, not invited into the laughing circle. The memories stabbed her as if they were serrated knives. It was 4:09 p.m. And then Hazel giggled. "Jude, I forgot that you don't really know any of us. I'm sorry. Jerry's buried there. Well, his ashes, anyway." She laughed high like a piccolo. Not a tra-la-la piccolo, but a pointy, pokey, nasty piccolo, like a seagull's beak. "Hazel, you're cruel," said Amber, trying to make things less awkward for Jude. Amber glanced at her, but Jude looked away. She hated them for knowing each other for so long, and to think she'd been willing to risk her life to protect them. She sat on the edge of the walled flower bed. She couldn't join them anymore. She was still the new girl, always the new girl. But she did have a job to do. Real heroes didn't help people just so that they could have tea. They helped people because it was the right thing to do. And what about the martyrs? No one included them, did they? Joan of Arc hadn't been on anyone's guest list. Jude was sure. She straightened her shoulders and motioned and monitored the situation. It was 4:24 p.m. All was well. At 3:39 p.m., the lower tier tires of the cake stand were empty, and still no one had taken ill. Maybe Jude had been wrong all along. She'd spitefully let them eat the goat cheese sandwiches without warning them, and then remorse had begun to bite at her. What if one of them had been ill? What would have been her? That would have been her fault. When she'd known, when she'd kept quiet deliberately, did that make her an accomplice? Roxy and Mary were at the top of the garden now, in the shade. They were chatting about charity work, no doubt. Jude had moved to a fold-up chair, which had the only mismatched cushions, and was listening to Hazel explain the art of violin playing to Thomas and others, and the others. She wondered if anyone's tax was going to be paid this quarter. Thomas eyed that goofy expression of the easy to bribe, and she could see him turning a blind eye. Does anyone mind if I have the cherry Bakewell? He asked, reaching towards the top tier of the stand. No! Jude shouted, her overly loud voice springing out of her. She'd scared them. You could tell. She'd scared herself. She was shaky and jumpy, and her heart was flapping like an old kite stuck in a tree. Jude made a huge effort to recover herself. No, she said again, more calmly. Go ahead, I'm full. But Jude stayed alert. At 4:55 p.m., everyone had survived. The conversation began to slow down. Amber was the first to leave, followed by Mary, whose children had just come home from school. Jude began to feel her responsibility lifting, and she needed the walk home to clear her head. When she saw Hazel and Thomas having a furtive kiss, she knew it was time to go. She felt deflated. The taxman hadn't needed rescuing after all, nor had anyone. Come to that. She let herself quietly out the front door. She was so wrong, so stupid. Nobody had needed her. There hadn't been any danger or mystery, just what? Just nothing. Just Jude. She stomped home in her ridiculous kitten heels and threw herself on her sofa, turning on the TV. It was her favorite, but she couldn't watch, not today. Celebrity cakes would have to wait just like her, waiting for ages just to hear when the next tea party was and who Hazel had invited. Someone must need Jude's help next time, and then they'd find out what a good friend she could be. 3 weeks after the tea party, when Jude had fully recovered from the gastroenteritis she had laid her low for so long, she received the invitation. It came through the post this time, thick and formal in an envelope. She saw the black edge of the card as she put her finger in the flap and pulled up. Jude continued, trying to keep her breathing slow. Her brain was skipping ahead of her fingers, trying to tangle them up. What was this? The invitation in her hand. Her eyes had read it, but her brain couldn't make sense of it. It was to a memorial service, not a tea party. Jude read the words aloud in the hope that she would understand. We wanted to let you know the sad news that Thomas McBride died unexpectedly at home on Saturday the 25th. May 2019, and his memorial service will be held at. Jude read it aloud again. The taxman? Her repository rate doubled. Thomas? It couldn't be. Jude reached for her mobile, stubbing her fingers on the screen. Hazel? She said when the phone was answered. What happened? He died, Jude. Poor Thomas. Jude heard some sniffling. How? Jude was beginning to feel faint. She sat on the floor, putting her head between her knees. It was quick. He went into shock, Hazel whimpered, impressively. Why? There was silence. Then a whisper. I don't know, Jude. I didn't know. Hazel sounded as though she was being strangled. I gave him the shortbread to take home, and he was allergic. Jude let her mobile slip from her hand. She poked the red phone icon and shut Hazel up. Jude raised her eyes and stared at the wall, waiting for something to happen to her. Fire, bolts from hell, blue flashing lights, a knock at the door. But there was nothing. Nothing at all. There was the shortbread that she'd made. She'd left it with Hazel to teach her a lesson, just a little lesson, to protect the others, stop Hazel making people ill. She would have been protecting everyone. She was doing her job, like she trained herself to do. She did what others needed her to do because, unlike her, they couldn't take the risk. She'd been helping Hazel, getting her to see that what she was doing was wrong. But Hazel had given away Jude's gift, the ones she'd been so careful with. And now the taxman was dead. And Hazel shouldn't have killed him. Oh, wow. Well, that was fun. Yeah, Hazel. Why did you go and kill the taxman? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Hazel? Jeez. I had a feeling. Somewhere along the lines, I'm like, Jude's the crazy one here. It's not Hazel. It's not Hazel. That's losing it. There's like a bar here. What is this? I have like nothing and then something blocking my view. I don't understand. My head disappears behind the thing. But the thing is behind me. How does that make any sense? Is it picking up another page? I don't know. Anyways. Crime. Not the crime I was thinking it was going to be, but still crime. Crime nonetheless. Man, these are fun. I like little twists like that at the end. So, should we do another short story, or should we move on to something else for a little while? I'm very easygoing. I still have hot chocolate and biscuits. Or cookies? Cookie sandwiches? I don't know baking terminology very well. Hmm. It's too bad I don't have like good. Do I have tea party ambience? I feel like I don't. I feel like that's not something I have. Almost certainly. No, I do not. I do not have that. Oh well. The closest I could have done was like park. Well, let's see. Let's see. We could do another crime. We could do romance. You know, let's do some romance. After the Rock, Cigarettes of Romance. My fellow Asarine? I'm not sure. The Living Library. Looking for my Darcy. Oh, one has a star? Oh, the recommended. Oh yeah, so we've got winning stories are the winners, and then we've got the recommended and some other stuff. Mr. Darcy, say. So what do we want? Do we want one of the winning stories? Do we want the recommended story, or do we want looking for Mr. Darcy? Yeah. Let's see. What's this one about? Despite our best efforts. Contains content warning. Alcohol use, mild language, sexual themes, referenced sexual abuse. Low growl from the Huh. Alright. What else we got here? let's go with the recommended story, The Living Library. Do I have anything that might fit a library aesthetic? I don't know that I do. I'd need, like, light folding of pages. I don't think I have that. I have office. I might just not. Might just not this time around. And we can try. Just keep it on low. I don't know that it necessarily fits the romance vibe, though. Actually, I might have some... Wait a minute. Do I have romance music? Hold on a second. I think I do. Hold on a second. Oh, it's wait a minute. I think I know where it is. It's attached to, like, the restaurant or something? No. Where is it? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I know. I remember this. Ooh, is it, oh, yeah, it's this one. Okay, we'll just not. We'll just not this time until we've read, and maybe it'll give us a clue. Despite our best efforts, Emily and I were nowhere near starting a family or finding a replacement to manage the library. She was eager for stability, and my unwillingness to commit and guarantee a departure date was a source of contention. Emily refused to believe that I couldn't just serve my notice and leave. It's not like you're saving lives, Jim, she said. You're a librarian, for God's sake. I'd accepted the post a year before meeting Emily, and adored my work. The first time she appeared, I recall being on the granite steps outside the entrance. It was a summer's day, and she had a knee-length frock and shoulder-length hair that drifted on the breeze. I was about to enjoy my lunch in the garden after locking the front door. Hey, buddy, she said. Who's in charge around here? What? Oh, that's me, I said, blinking as I turned to face her. How can I? I'm looking for a local map and a guidebook. We're not that sort of library, I said, shrugging my shoulders. What's that supposed to mean? Frowning, she pursed her lips. We're closed for lunch, I said, and she snorted. Would you care for a sandwich? She accepted my offer with a perfunctory nod and followed me into the communal garden. Sitting down at the wooden bench, I told her it was a typical lending library. It wasn't a typical lending library. I was curating a collection of unpublished books. Emily arched a defiant eyebrow and mumbled on her egg and mayo roll. Captain Kirk is a librarian. He has to have a master's degree for that gig. He spent all that money on his master's, and she's surprised he wants to stay a librarian. I don't know. I don't know what it takes to be a manager of a library, although I suspect probably something to do with a historical degree or an English degree or something to that extent. We have books of local interest, I said, biting my lip, but they're not really guides. I clarified my role in the library as an earnest young girl and her mother approached. They paused nearby, and a gentle hand steered the youngster towards me. Mr. Baker, this is Clea. Hello, Clea, I said, greeting her with a smile. Do you have something for me? Yes, Mr. Baker. She handed me a padded envelope. It's my cat book. Cats, you say? I extracted a 20-page document. You made this yourself? Yes, and it's about cats in my street, she said, furrowing her brow. I've described them all and drawn their portraits too. You have been busy, I said, examining the work as Emily nudged up next to me. It's taken me 12 weeks, and I want everyone to know about it. We'll have to find a special place where people can see it. I glanced at Emily and caught a glint in her eye. Would you like to choose a shelf, Clea? There's a straight up librarian master's degree. It's very specialized. Interesting. Best unpublished book ever. Yes, it's about cats. It's about cats on my street. I realized that I registered Clea's book on the library management system, and we found a perfect spot for it between the Compendium of Small Mammals and a Guide to Household Pets. After Clea and her mother departed, I caught Emily's attention by clearing my throat. You know what? I said. The best way to see this collection is by the light of a full moon. Oh yeah, she said, chuckling. When's the next waxing gibbous? Well, as it happens. Funny that, isn't it? I got some groceries delivered and prepared a romantic meal for two. After I gave her a tour of the library by candlelight, she couldn't stop smiling all night, and we walked until the eastern hills were ablaze. Emily didn't stay the first night, and parted bleary-eyed after we said farewell by rubbing our noses together. After 2 more dream-like episodes, she agreed to join me on my mission. Emily gave her landlady a month's notice, and we've been cohabiting here ever since. For a year, we couldn't have been happier. She continued with her research work at the university, and I assumed everything was fine. However, the library's architecture hadn't designed the compact living quarters for our couple, and it proved to be an issue. It didn't fit into Emily's life plan for a start. After 2 years, she'd had enough. Emily wanted us to have our own home. I explained it wasn't that simple. I had to agree to be available 24 hours a day. It was in the library's job description. It was obligatory. Emily despised the heavy brass bell clanging at all hours of the night. She couldn't understand why the gentle trickle of the wannabe authors couldn't deposit their creations during normal office hours. I agreed that their chaotic appearances disjointed our private life. It was as if we were waiting for trains that would never come. For God's sake, Jim, she said, shaking her head. Who's in charge here? They've always done it like this, love. I sigh, reaching out to her. It all needs bringing up to date, Jim. It all needs bringing up to date, Jim. It's just the way it is, love. They're in another world. The previous librarians employed neither the Dewey Decimal nor the basic K-12 system. For decades, they kept a series of handwritten ledgers to record new admissions. I'd bluffed my way through the interview, but they offered the post with immediate effect when they discovered I had IT qualifications. My employers recognized that they had antediluvian records and tasked me with modernizing the operations. And a lofty ambition that involved creating a website, advertising the library's services, and promoting it with a daily blog too. As good as I was with computers, I had little experience in managing library or maintaining a sizable garden. However, I'd hated my 2 years of crowded commuter trains, and the live-in role suited me. Working from home had always appealed to me. I agreed to a month's probation and signed a vague contract of undefined length. They handed me the literary baton and entrusted me to designate a replacement should I resign, like an endless relay race. They employed me with no end in sight. The day of the annual library picnic coincided with my 3rd work anniversary, and 2 years since Emily moved into the library. I'd designed posters and posted invitations in advance. We had a sense of expectation and excitement, as if we were receiving confirmations and offers of help. It promised to be a joyous experience for all who attended the event. Emily organized all the food. I directed the trestle tables, set up the chairs, and strung up fairy lights between the apple trees. We had a half dozen regular contributors and expected them before midday, pitching in to help wherever necessary. Robbie Fieldman was the first to arrive and provided a supply of homemade cider in 2 large oak barrels. He was a grisly old stoner who visited us every fortnight with a new chapter of his unwieldy autobiography and a set of recollections. In between times, he'd find a quiet corner and snooze his way through the day. If Robbie's snoring got unbearable, we'd suggest the meeting room, sofas next to the coffee machine. He knew his way around. He knew his way around Gagia, and helped dispense espressos and lattes upon request, accompanied by sage advice from simpler times. Emily's favorite old lady was the esteemed Agatha Hunter, who transcribed her lifetime recipes into a series of beautiful books that contained exquisite pen and ink illustrations of exotic ingredients and step-by-step guides to culinary techniques. They'd often they'd often while away the afternoon chatting about household management, and Agatha would regale Emily with tales about her life in the big West End hotel and restaurants. The younger crowd included the 2 Robinson lads, who were sport fanatics. They'd appeared twice a month and handed over their art book of soccer kits. Their books were often grubby and required cleaning before reaching the shelves. There were 1 or 2 poets like Bobby Nutbeam, who was serious beyond his years, and the intimate Tom Brewster, who produced volumes of monster pictures and zombie handbooks. He expected a crowd of kindergarten children who created illustrative family albums and inventories of wildflowers. Young Sadie Scott preferred insect collections, and David Rosser produced inventories of hooves and paw prints, as if he was a survivalist or wild animal tracker. This is very suspicious. I mean, it's very detail oriented, that's for sure. Emily welcomed everyone as they arrived with their picnic basket and deck chairs. She loved entertaining the children, and as I wandered around talking to our guests and offering them drinks, I noticed her reading picnic books to a group of toddlers. I know longed for her own children and a family, not endlessly feasting with friends. The clock was ticking, and I ignored its chimes. My time was running out. I didn't get the hints, or maybe ignored them. The content baking, shelf dusting, and nest building went over my head. I allowed time to ooze past as I dawdled in my Caesarean paradise, content in my library and garden, while Emily organized her stitching and bitchin' session and ladies' library nights. I scanned the catalogs and contents of the library and tended to the surrounding garden, oblivious to time and tide. The final crunch came when Robbie Fieldman stood up at the picnic and raised a glass to salute the librarian and his girlfriend. He was never shy about speaking his mind. "Let's thank our esteemed host, everyone!" He roared over the assembled cacophony. "Here's to Jimmy and Emily, and to a feast of friends! To a feast of friends!" Everyone cheered. "Better than a giant family," Robbie roared again, catching Emily's sober eye. I raised my glass as everyone cheered. "For God's sake," she said, turning to face me. "Grow up, why don't you?" By the time the party was over, and everyone had left for home, Emily had gone. She'd packed and disappeared, whilst I was entertaining our guests, and propping up Robbie. There was no letter, no explanation, or forwarding address. It wasn't until much later that I found the discarded white plastic stick under her pillow. Its fading blue cross twinkled at me like the flashing light of an ambulance disappearing into the night. Our living library was a carnival of souls, where one could leave an incredible mark and register one's existence. It was a hangover from an innocent time, from idealism succumbed to materialism foul stain. After it closed down, I felt as if we'd been swept out to sea in the wake of the oceanic behemoth that vanished forever beneath the brim. Brine. The end. Well, that wasn't romantic at all. I don't know. It didn't quite fit the romance for me. Just because I liked the library. I mean, the details of the library and all the stories, all the details on all the people that came, all the, the kids and Agatha and Robbie and Fieldman and everybody else. That was all cool. Indelible is a good word. Yeah, they were definitely throwing some lexicons at me there for a little bit. I was like, I don't know how do I pronounce this? I think I've seen this word once. Wait, there was one that I did recall. It was when he was describing the state. Antediluvian. I only know that word because of Darkest Dungeon. Oh boy. All right. So short stories. Those were some short stories. I liked our crime drama, and I definitely liked parts of this one. I'm not sure that I necessarily, I don't know if the beginning was romantic. I'll give it that. The beginning was romantic, but the end was just kind of like sad. It was like, oh, well, that's too bad. But I guess it's one of these stories that doesn't necessarily fit in all the different categories, right? Because the beginning's happy, the beginning's romantic, and the middle's not really sad. It only gets sad at the end, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. As good as any other reason to know the word. I can't believe she left pregnant. Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, what? Hold on a second. Did I definitely missed something. Hold on a second. What do you mean? Um. Oh, fuck. I totally glazed over the white plastic stick. That, yeah, I understand now. I understand now. I was reading the rest of it, like the flashing ambulance part and something about a cross, and I was just kind of like, I don't understand this. And I'm like, oh, derp. Yeah, well, sometimes when you're sight reading, you miss things, okay? I never said reading was my strong point, which is unfortunate seeing as I'm trying to do voiceover stuff, but hmm. Well, now, yeah, now it's even sadder. Let's see. Okay. So, do we want to do like a visual novel? Do we want to do we want to continue on the mangas that we started last time? What do we want? Well, don't narrators pre-read things before reading them for recording? Like reading a script and adding notes? Not necessarily. I'm sure some people would, but like that's a big time commitment. Or at least, well, it would be for me because I'm a slow ass fucking reader. Um, no, I'd probably read it, and then if I felt like the line wasn't good, is a trick that I learned recently where if you read something and you flub up or you didn't like the read or whatever, you just like clap or snap, and then that picks up. There's like that spike in your audio in the mic, and then when you go back to edit, you're like, all right, everything between here and here, cut. And then this is the beginning of the phrase again. You pick. I'm doing name changes today. What? Oh, name like legal name changes. I was like name changes. For me, name changes means like you're changing your character names in like an RPG or something. Like no, the RPG of life. Changing names in the RPG of life. Well, we could do a little bit more of our manga. I can flex some of my my audio muscles. Legal name change. So many people getting married. I mean, good for them. For finding some happiness, you know? Okay. Oh, that's right. We're going to a dungeon. Let's see. What's a good one for dungeon? Maybe this one? Yeah. That feels good. That feels good. How's that audio bouncing wise? Let me just listen in. Okay. We can probably bring that up a little bit, like at 25. Well, then that should be good. Okay. I'm seriously expected to manage this without a party? I'm going to assume this says solo leveling, but I don't know that for sure. I wish it was like a. Does anyone know a trick for like smooth scrolling? I feel like I can't, you know, it's like always stuttery, and I want to make it smooth for visual purposes, but. Ding ding ding. What do I do? Okay, we don't. Why is there ads literally cutting into into the comic strip? That's cheating. Strong stench. This strong stench. That's right. It's right to left. On Adobe DBG, I use Control Shift to auto scroll for documents. Also, click the middle scroller button on your mouse. Oh my god! Okay. Interesting. And if I just go like that, it's faster. Oh. This is revolutionary. Changing your life. You are indeed changing my life. Interesting. Okay. Must be a beast monster. A wolf? Steel Fang. Raken? Ooh. I've even one or two goblins are already hard enough for me. So can I actually win against this? My leg. It's not moving. Why? Why? Because I'm scared? Is that it? I didn't think I had any serious trauma from back then. Damn! Ah! I don't even have a healer. I can't afford to get hurt now. Oh. I'm guessing maybe I should change this music to, or this ambience to something a little bit more interesting. I don't know that I have anything that's more interesting as far as like fighting. I don't think I have it. I could add in. Yeah. Yeah. No. All right. You're just gonna have to play with the theater of the mind. Huh? My body. My body's light. I barely got my life back. You think I'm cowering in fear? I won't die now. What? Could it be because I improved my strength stat? But still, Bang Rengar. It's still stronger than me. Ah! Bah, bah, bah! As I thought, this won't do. The monsters aren't affected much by normal attacks. Even this mob is stronger than me. Damn it. What do I do? It's too much for me alone. I can't win. Party, healers, equipment. I don't have any of those. What do I do? What I do have, what do I have that can allow me to beat it? What if I use what I have is just my body? A weapon possessing magic power. Only I had a weapon. A weapon? Inventory! Electrical noises. Yeah. I don't know why this is here, but... The blade that Mr. Kim Sang Shik left behind in the double air. Alarm. You have defeated the Steel Fang Rengar. You leveled up. Didn't Mr. Kim Sheng say that he bought this for 3 million won? So, because so expensive, usually I probably couldn't even afford to touch it, but I'll use the sword for now. An inventory, huh? That's pretty useful. Can I store anything else in here? Since I have a weapon. I'm not afraid anymore. Why can't I pull it up? Come on! Come out! Ah! Ah! It's not called Steel Fang for nothing. I can't let Mr. Kim's sword go to waste. Now that I think about it, you guys, when compared to those monsters, are too weak. Name, Sun Jin Woo. Level 2. Job, none. Title, none. HP, 205. Fatigue, 0. MP, 22. Strength, 20. Agility, 11. Sense, 11. Vitality, 11. Intelligence, 11. Remaining points. Passive, Muscularity. Active, Sprint. Sword. Okay. Well then. I see. If I level up, every stat goes up by 1. Clearing the daily quest gives me 3 stat points. Leveling up means all my stats go up by 1, so I get a total of 5 points. Looks like hunting monsters and leveling up is more efficient. much stronger do I become per stat point? Even my intelligence and senses can be expressed with numbers. The easiest one to understand is strength. It was only raised by 10, but I can definitely feel the improvement. Could it be that my stats are weighted? Anyway, I can see that you get stronger as you level up. It seems like even I can get stronger. Am I overreacting just because I defeated 2 monsters? Don't these ones drop magical cores? I thought all monsters in the dungeons possessed magical cores. Like this is a different species altogether, though. Strange phenomenon that occurred to me. If I'm being controlled by the game's systems, there's a high chance that these instant dungeons and monsters were also specially created by the system. Maybe that's why they drop items and not magical cores. Raken Fang. Item class, none. Type, junk. A large and sharp fang of a Raken. You can keep it in your inventory or sell it in the store. There's even a store in here. Zoom. Buy. Sell. What does buy do? Alarm. Your level is not high enough to buy from the store. Looks like these new players can't use these functions. Would you like to sell, Raken Fang? Yes. 20 gold. Can't tell how much it's worth since it's not cash. And again, this dungeon. I should be about an E rank. It probably isn't worth that much. What do I do now? I can't leave unless I kill the boss. If I could leave, I could leave if I got a return crystal, but I don't know if that'll even happen. Before long, I'd lose my supply of food. Even the boss is an E rank. Even if the boss is E rank, it's still too much for me to handle by myself. No. Shouldn't it be possible if I leveled up some more? Well, I could die before then. There's nothing to fear. I've already died once before. I won't die that easy. So, you all shouldn't die too easy either, or I'll feel sorry. Fiercely. Fight fiercely. As much as a body can endure. Alarm, you leveled up. I truly realize now. Alarm, you leveled up. Yeah, if I quit, I'll get slaughtered. Alarm, you leveled up. If I die, I can't protect those I wish to protect. I'll lose everything. I can't just keep my head down like a weakling. If I can become stronger, I'll even follow these bullshit rules. Alarm, you leveled up. Alarm, you have earned title, Wolf Slayer. I feel like I need more combat noises. But I don't know that I have many of those. I could probably filler fill her in with some, like, you know, or something. All right, chapter break. Sipping time. God, I love hot chocolate. Ah. The only issue with mangas is there's so many sound effect noises or like sound effects written in. So I was like, I don't know how to make metallic sounds. Maybe I need to get like props, you know? Like have like metal things to like bang together and like wooden stuff. I can do all my own Foley. All right. It looks like the blades all dull. In the end, a weapon will eventually lose durability. It does stretch different skill sets. I'm not bad. Listen, I'm not bad at monster noises. But on the fly monster noises, rapid fire, that's a little tougher, right? You know, I did lots of creature noises when I was DMing, so this is kind of an offshoot of that, but I can't make like metal sword noises. That's a little trickier. Even if I purchase a high grade weapon, it will become like this once I cycle through the dungeon a few times. There was once a time I purchased a dagger that cost more than 50,000 won. I thought, although hunting became a lot easier, the dagger broke way too easy at the boss fight. That day I lured 3 E-class magic crystals. I still couldn't make ends meet, so I never bought a weapon again. Even if I was tired of... Even if it was tiring, I chose to take care of them one by one using my body. Thanks. Thanks to you. This worked out. Title: Wolf Slayer. The title given to a hunter proficient in fighting against wolves. 40% increased experience against beast-type monsters. 34 wolf fangs. 2 worn daggers. Traveler's clothes. Hearthstone. That's more than I was expecting. Hearthstone. Should I return? No. There's no guarantee that there will be another chance to become stronger this easily. What happens to this dungeon after I use the Hearthstone? We'll turn on our spook noise again. Will it just disappear? If this is something like a limited event, maybe by the system, it would be possible. Ultimately, I'm dancing in the palm of something I don't know. Like Wukong dancing in the palm of of Buddha. Advance or retreat. Zoom. Oh, now you're gonna hit me with this again? Alright, fine. I can play this game kind of. There we go. Like a pro. Alarm, you leveled up. Alarm, you leveled up. Every time I level up. The fight against these monsters becomes a little bit easier. You have slain a Razor Claw Briga. You have slain a Black Shadow Razon. You have slain Black Shadow Razon. I can definitely feel myself getting stronger. Because the monsters keep respawning, unlike normal dungeons, they don't feel like living creatures. Therefore, fighting them feels like a game where the patterns are determined. If I learn the patterns, I can figure out where they're coming from. A monkey from above. A cat from the side. Huh? Ah! Huh, huh, yeah. Color of the name changed according to the monster's strength. White means it's weak. Orange means it's strong. Red means it's very strong. Since Raykins, who were orange at first, are now white, I became quite a bit stronger. But even with the current strength, not sure I can beat the guy down there. Getting goosebumps. Maybe it's because I'm sensing, my sense stat hasn't increased. Oh, your sense stat, you say? How creepy is it? Is it this creepy? But I can tell how strong a monster down there is. Level 15. Fatigue 30. Hit points 1,105. MP 200. My level doesn't seem to be rising anymore. Also, my sword won't last if I keep fighting endlessly. Is it just me? Or do these stairs seem longer? Is this really a Habjong station? Ooh. Fast! Huh? My sword! I thought I'd leveled up quite a bit. Swamp Ruler, Blue Poison Fang Rakasa. Raksaka. But your name's still orange. Oh, that's some fangs. Are you the boss of this place? Well then. I was gonna swap to visual novels, but I feel like now that we've gotten to the boss fight, we have no choice. I mean, just look at that thing. Just look at that thing. We can't leave now. It'd be disrespectful. Do I have any badass music? I feel like I need some badass music. Oh, that might... Okay, hold on. That might work. It might be a little extra badass, but we can give it a shot.
Yes!
Are you the boss of this place? Swallow blue poison fang rasaka. The sword won't pierce those scales. Punches don't have any effect either.
Yes!
I need a super fast attack with weight behind it. At the same time, I have to weaken this guy's defense.
Yes!
But how do I deal with these thick scales? I can't die if it hits me. I could die if it hits me directly. I thought I got a bit stronger, but I'm still lacking. How much stronger do I have to get? To escape from my past as the weakest. World's weakest hunter? That's right. There's rumors about you recently. Did you not know? Yes. There's been some people who childishly do these things. Since there are rumors, try to exert yourself more. Yes, I understand.
Sheesh!
That nickname's stuck because I'm weak. Weakness isn't something to brag about. I know just how weak I am. Strength. A prerequisite force. A pressuring force squeezing your head. And you can make you yield. Whatever the opponent does, pure strength will overwhelm you. And fear will make you kneel, collapse, and toes dig into the ground. To be honest, I always looked down on you. I never really expected anything from you. Being ignored because I'm weak. A lot of people died when they entered this room. But the ones alive are alive because of you. Even if you're knowledgeable or wise. All because you managed to solve the riddles. Or receive thanks. I'm also alive because of you. And in front of strength. I also have a family. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die. I'm sorry. Mister! It's easy to get betrayed. I have to get stronger.
Yes!
I came here to become stronger. I have to become even stronger.
Yeah!
Not yet. Not yet! Compared to that guy. Compared to the fear from that time. I'm not scared at all! I put all my points into strength. It's just, if it's this much,
Yeah. Die. Die. Die.
Sungwoo still isn't back yet? Yes, he went out in the morning. Why isn't he returning? Even after the sunset? But he's recovered a lot and will be discharged soon. We can't be sure with hunters. He should stabilize it. He should stabilize him indoors. They say high-class hunters are rich, but lower-class hunters don't get much money, and it's so dangerous. Ugh. I don't know why they do that work. It's horrifying to see some of the conditions the hunters that get carried in. Why? I wonder what they do inside the dungeons. Their wounds aren't normal. They come covered in blood, completely on another level from patients that get into accidents. It's amazing that they're still alive in the condition. Even so, isn't it a miracle that they're able to return alive from a dungeon? Not at all. Even the weakest hunters are strong compared to normal humans. They're monsters themselves. Alarm. You leveled up. You leveled up. You leveled up. I guess I got a bit stronger. You have slain Swamp Ruler Blue Poison Fangs Rakasa. Item Rakasa Venom. Item class A. Type Potion. A pouch that contains Rakasa Purified Venom. Attainable by defeating Rasaka. Unlikely drop rate. Drinking it will give you hardened skin, but will weaken your strength. Effects Rakasha's scales. 20% strength. Damage taken. Debuff. Weaken muscles. Minus 35 strength. Item Rasaka's Fang. Class C. Item Class Dagger. Plus 25. A dagger made from Rasaka's fangs, able to paralyze due to leftover venom. Grants bleed effect, can be equipped, stored, or sold. Effect, paralyze. Attacked foes have a chance to become unable to move. Effect, bleed. Attacked foes lose 1% of their health every 1 second. All right. I don't know about you. I really liked adding in the fucking boss music to that fight. I felt like that helped so much. Okay. So, I'm going to look for a visual novel and we'll close it out on that, I think. But that was fun. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Let me see here. Now, if I remember correctly, what was what I was looking at? What would be a good one? What would be a good one? Ooh, that could be fun. A point-and-click adventure game about appreciation. Help Detective Giget solve the crime at the Fable novel. 2D horror side-scroller. What do we want? What do we want for visual novels? We want something kind of heartwarming, something kind of silly, something kind of spooky. I'm not really sure. I think personally, I think our manga reading went better today. I think we've improved. But that could be because I had like an epic doom track in the background to fucking amp me up. Of course, that's also probably practice. Practice definitely helps. Um, But yeah, this is one day when we voice an anime, we're gonna have all this manga experience behind us. We're gonna be like, oh no, I got this, easy peasy. By the way, I know I was yelling or amped up for some of those lines. How is the audio level for stream? Is it peaking too much, or still decently good? I do have a compressor on my mic audio for OBS to hopefully make it so it's not like blasting anybody's ears. My water bottle keeps leaking. I don't like that. Okay. I'm torn. Oh, wait, what's this? What's this on the side? Hold on a second. What are you? I'm sorry. The Haunted Fair? I'm sorry. What is this? The Haunted Fair? That seems... Oh, a spooky game about friends and a haunted... Yes, please. That sounds interesting. Why, yes. I would like that. There's a game guide? I don't need no stinking game guide. Let's do it. Extract the Haunted Fair files, please. Yes. I require their presence. %, 91%, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Got it. All right. Now we open up our stuffs. Okay. Oh, that's right. I guess we got to go into like a game capture now, don't we? Okay, hold on a second. Why isn't it's not letting me? Okay, hold on. Hold on a sec. Oh, ooh, wait. How do I do this? How am I going to do this? Hold on a second. I minimized all these. Okay, so I need this one. Open that one again. Let me see. Can I make it like preferences? Yeah, make it windowed. There we go. And then we can pull it out. Okay. So, is it going to pick up this application? It will? It will! Great. Good. Excellent. Okay. So this is called... What? No, stop, go away. This is called the Haunted Fair. All right. Music, text. Sidebar, skipped. Okay, we can put that back to full screen. And I don't think there's anything. Transitions afterwards. Yeah, that's fine. There's no audio so far, so we just hit start. Ooh. I should probably stick myself somewhere else. In hindsight, hold on. Let me shuffle my face cam so I'm not just hovering in the middle of the screen. Face cam. Oh, you guys, and we'll bring you all down. Like that. All right. October 2001. Friday, 1:05 p.m. Rockyville, Morton High. Been 10 months since my dad had us move from the big city to this small, dreary village. As expected, it's not been easy. Being away so far from where I grew up made me feel disconnected. Especially with being separated from all my childhood friends. Barry. Hey, Kim! And I've been very social or extroverted person. I've never been a very social or extroverted person. I knew for sure finding new friends would be hard. D. Hey there. Oh, that's D. D bit. What? Okay, anyways. How's your day, Kim? But over the last months, somehow I still managed to become friends with these two dorks over there. Oh! I thought I was Kim, I think. But that's Kim, that's D. Okay, I understand a bit better now. Don't tell me you had planned to leave school today without us. Maybe they just took pity on me and decided to adopt me. Hello, guys. Anyway, I'm glad to have them. They're both oddballs, just like me. Guess what? It's finally the weekend. Man, today felt like an extra long day at school. I seriously need a super exciting weekend to relax from that. Any idea what we should do? Dunno. Maybe we could meet up at my place, order some pizza, play some video games? Isn't that what we do every Friday anyway? Are you trying to pretend that that's no fun? Besides, I still have to beat your high score in Cosmic Melder. You know that you stand no chance against me, not in a million years. So just quit trying. No, never. I listened to them amused in silence for a while, as we keep walking across the schoolyard towards the gates. But you're right, D. It's time for a new adventure. Oh, I think I already have an idea. That was suspiciously quick. Wasn't Jan talking about how the autumn fair is in town again? What? Barry has my full attention now. Fair in this boring small town? The autumn fair. You haven't heard of it yet, Kim? No, not until now. Makes sense. Wait, it does? Did you forget, Barry? Kim moved here last winter. Of course she hasn't heard about the autumn fair yet. Oh, of course. That means we have to go visit it together. Because it's gonna be even double the fun if it's your first year. I haven't been there myself for a few years though. Mostly because I noticed Barry suddenly look really unsettled. What? Why? Did something happen? Oh no. There he goes again. It is because it's supposed to be haunted. It is haunted? You're kidding, right? No, it really is. No, it's not actually haunted. Don't listen to this scaredy cat. Actually, a lot of creepy stuff keeps happening surrounding the fair. And you can't deny that, D. I can do what I want, weirdo. Hey, quit arguing. So, Barry, this fair is haunted? As I said. And you want to go there? Well, you see, if I go with you two, I'm sure I'm gonna be safe. Don't worry, Kim. It's just an autumn fair, and it's a bit Halloween themed and such. Oh right, Halloween is in a few days already. Really forgot about that. I don't care about Halloween either. I love Halloween. But a lot of times it's just a little bit too spooky for me. Anyway, you mentioned it is haunted? Like, actually really haunted? Yeah, totally. They say that each year at autumn time, insert dramatic pause here. A person vanishes. Person vanishes. A person vanishes! Bullshit. It's not bullshit. Well, I mean, we don't know for sure if it's true or not. I don't know anyone personally who has vanished. Neither of my friends or my family. See? It's total bullshit. But they just wrote about that in the newspaper last year. On April Fool's Day. No, really, there was a big article or something about it. I did cut out some pictures. Maybe I can bring them later? Did you only cut out the pictures? Well, it was a really long article. See, that sounds kind of interesting. Everything that gets us out of the usual routine is very welcome in my eyes. And there's a chance it's even gonna be really fun. You know what? Maybe you're right. You got me intrigued on your mystery curse case. Barry, bring your pictures to the fair. We'll meet at 6:30 p.m. Yay! So it's decided. Let's go! Rockville Autumn Fair. Friday, 6:17 p.m. Go ahead and quick save. I don't know how long or short this game is, actually. That's maybe should have been something I should have looked before starting this. I arrived outside the fair gates. The sun is already behind the horizon, and the sky is glowing in the warm pinkish tone. Over the fence, I can hear the voice of excited and happy people screaming, laughing. And the catchy bass-boosted pop music plays from nearby fair ride. I zip up my jacket as the cold autumn breeze brings over the cozy smell of caramelized sugar and burning almonds. Hi. Oh, you're already here as well. Where's Barry? He'll be here in a minute too. His bus usually arrives around 6:20. There's something I wanted to tell you anyway before the phone in my jacket suddenly starts ringing. One moment, I just got a message. Have you seen Muller today? From Barry? No, it's from Sasha. It's from Sasha. He is asking if we have seen Muller today. Sarah Muller? I guess so. Isn't she in arts class with you? But she is one of those girls. You know? Not the kind that usually interacts with people like me. Not that I'd like to interact with her. Sasha writes she wasn't in school today and her phone is shut off. She's probably just skipping class. Screwing around with one of her many boyfriends or something. But the phone? Yeah, don't know. Maybe just turned off so that no one disturbs them. I hope you're right and everything's fine. I'm sure it is. Anyway, was there something you want to... Hello, everybody! Oh, hi, Barry. You're here. I quickly hide the phone and glance at Dee. Probably better not to get Barry any more worried. He looks at me in silence. Seems like she had the same idea. No way this was connected by any curse, right? I am here! Yes, we can see that. What have you guys been up to? Nothing. I've been waiting for you. Cool. I remembered to bring the photos from the newspaper article. Oh, great. Can we see them? Of course! Here they are. It shows us the cutout photos. They even had some pictures in color. It was a super special extra edition. And still, you only cut out the pictures without any text. Hey, don't bully me! Don't bully him. And look, they even have this photo of the girl that supposedly died at this fair 20 years ago. Someone died at this fair? That's super creepy. Can't deny it. Do you know how it happened? It was never fully uncovered. Apparently, they found the dead body hidden somewhere after days. No injuries were found on her. Take a long look at the picture with the young girl. She looked adorable in her green dress. Could the ghost of a person like that really become reality and haunt a place? Shake my head and put the photo back to the others. It's sad to think about it. Let's not ruminate about it any longer. How about we head inside and have some fun? Sounds good. Let's go. Friday, 7:06 p.m. Oh wow, D. Oh wow, D. You're really good at this game. How are you hitting those cans so perfectly? Tell me your secret. Not that hard. It's I just keep my posture. Breathe out when taking aim. And then I imagine those cans are our teachers. Then I hit as hard as I can. Whoa. With a loud noise, the cans jump from the wooden board, flying across the stall. This was a very heavy throw, as expected from D. Oh hey, you won again. Yeah? I think I'm starting to get bored of this game. I also think the game host is starting to eye you in a not very amused way. Yeah, I'm sure you kids are done for today. He muttered something into his beard that I can't quite make out and collects the falling cans. He grabs a basket full of plastic toys and shoves it under our noses. One last pick, then you three are leaving. Alright, mister. He looks at me. Hey, Kim. Want to pick the prize this time? Oh, sure, thank you. Which toy would you like? Oh, man. Whoa. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's just a ruler. I remember these, the rulers with the little shapes and stuff. A spider. The fucking sticky hands! The sticky hands. Oh, man. Did anyone ever successfully use those for anything? Sticky hand for life, right? I feel like the sticky hand will help us. I think it's gonna help us down the road. I believe this in my heart of hearts. I picked the sticky hand. Oh man, that's such a classic toy. Suddenly a cold breeze touches my shoulder. I shiver. Has it gotten so cold already? You picked the icky toy? Man, I don't get your taste. Put the toy in my pocket. We continue to stroll around for a bit longer. Well, most of the rides seem fun. They are all quite expensive. So we decided to just walk around, enjoy the atmosphere, and talk about video games. 7:23 p.m. at the food stall. We stop in front of the candy shop. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I really need some sugar right now. Sure, me too. I'm kind of hungry. Is annoying my sister a successful use of the sticky hand? Yes, 100%. Oh man, these are some classic early 2000s vibes. Oh man, the sticky hands, bouncy balls, hacky sacks, yo-yos. Good times. God, good times. You guys are aware that candy is not the first thing to think about when you're feeling hungry, right? It's a special occasion, so it's fine. We can get something else later too. Let's buy something. What do I want to eat? Ooh! I mean, I know what I would get out of this one. I don't know that I've really ever had like a good candy apple before. But gummy worms? I'll eat gummy worms all day, every day. I don't know if these decisions are important. So we're gonna save again. Gummy worms. I decided to get a bag of gummy worms. Sour gummies are my favorite anyway. As I try some, I hear a giggle behind my right ear. Candy apples are awful? Yeah, that's what I found, honestly. I found that they have not been very good in the past. I turn around, but nothing is there. Is something wrong, Kim? Cut up apples with caramel dip, delicious. Ah, yeah, that's the way you would want to do it. It's hard, because like the shell on those things is tough. So you get all caramel on the outside and then all apple on the inside, and it's so hard to like eat without getting your face sticky and stuff. It doesn't balance well. But sliced apple with some like caramel drizzle, candy drizzle, that would be good. No. I shake my head. Don't mind me. All this talk about curses and hauntings must have made me start imagining things. I put the remaining gummies with the green paper wrapper in my pocket. As everyone has gotten their treat, we can do to walk. Barry's telling us some unimportant stuff about canned mandarins. Every now and then, I take a glance at my phone. Nothing. Anything new? I ask Sasha via text, messaging and hitting send. He glances over to me with a questioning look. Let me shake my head. Hey, are you guys even listening? Wasn't that fun to know? I'm sorry. Yes, that was fun. Where did you read about that? They showed that on the science show on TV. Ah, yes, the science show. I really should stop worrying about the whole thing. Friday, 7:41 p.m. You stop at another GameStop. Oh, I want to spin the wheel! You sure? There's no way you're gonna win anything. These games are rigged. And it's like $2 to spin it once. You're probably better off buying more sweets. You're probably better off buying more sweets. I know. But I still wanna. Okay. You're free to do whatever you want. Thought so. One spin, please. You can get 3 spins for 2. Oh no. Barry proceeds to buy 2 spins and tries his luck. And to our surprise, he does have luck. He wins a plush toy. The game host shows him a few different ones to pick from. Ooh, oh, I can't decide. Kim, you have to choose for me. Who names their child Barry? Is he a raspberry? I mean, just look at his hair and his clothing choices. He's raspberry red. Which one should I get? Okay. Listen, that cutesy little bat on the end is pretty adorable. I could see people liking the ghost, and the pumpkin is an honorable mention, I will say. We're probably gonna do the pumpkin though, or the bat. The bat has trap vibes. Does it? What vibes do I give off? I point at the bat. How about this one? Good choice. I'd have picked the same. I like how malicious it looks. Hey, it does not look malicious. I personally like the pumpkin the best. I mean, they're all good. But the bat just spoke to me. Anyway, thank you, Kim. I like your choice too. Very happily takes the bat from me. We continue walking. Suddenly my phone in my pocket rings again. Quickly I reach into my pocket. Is this finally an answer from Sasha? 1 second, guys. Take out my phone to check the new message. Nothing new about her. Barry? Did you see Muller today? Both Barry and Dee look over to me. Toby Muller? Sarah Muller. Oh, Sarah! I don't really know her, quite frankly. What about her? Skipping classes. Not quite. She went missing. Missing? They're putting this way out of context. Barry killed Sarah 110%. Yeah, every time he does that, like, distant stare, that 100-yard stare, because he's remembering murders he's committed. And you're telling me about that now? Sasha just texted me again. She wasn't in school, and they haven't contacted her, and they can't contact her. What? And what do you mean with again? He already messaged me earlier about this, and you decide not to tell me about it? Listen, I thought to give them some more time and hope Sarah could call them back soon. And she did not. Seems like it. No. This is bad. This is really bad. Does this mean this is the... Not this. No, it's not. Is it the curse of the Autumn Fair? There's no curse. The only thing cursed here are the high prices and the low quality of basically everything. But that's what you usually call a scam, not a curse. Okay, let's think about it calmly. Barry, do you know how the curse is supposed to work? I mean, what kind of people have vanished before? When did that happen? I'm pretty sure Sarah wasn't even at the fair today. I'm not sure. It's just something people talk about, I guess. As we talk and we walk behind some of the stalls to take a seat at the curb, surrounded by boxes and dumpsters, I let Barry tell me what he knows about the curse. Dee doesn't seem really interested, and she wanders off a bit. Please don't stray off too far, Dee, I tell myself. I know you don't believe in this curse thing, but we can't get another person lost. Basically, they say the ghost of the fair gets them. And then they are gone? I guess. Sadly, I don't remember much about the missing people they mentioned in the newspaper article. Hey, guys? Look at Dee as she calls us. Barry and I stand up and walk over. I found something. Oh, what is it? Without further explanation, he points over to a wall with some writing on it. The truth about the curse is hidden behind your own reflection. Okay, I have to admit, this is kind of weird. Did you write that, Dee? Weird? This shit is scary! Please don't play any more games with us, Dee. Tell us you wrote this just now. I have to disappoint you. I did not write this. You did not? No? What reason would I have to scare the two of you? Okay, I don't think you're lying to us. So that means a real ghost wrote this. Don't be ridiculous. But it seems like someone is trying to give us a... Who else would have written those letters and not a supernatural being? It must have been the ghost of the fair. Okay, first of all, I don't think it matters who has written this. We don't even know if it's directed at us. Or maybe it's a trap? Reflection. Yes? That has to be the House of Mirrors. House of Mirrors. Yes, I think that's one of the older rides on the fair. To be honest, I didn't even know it still existed. Okay, then let's check that one out. Sounds like a plan. But please, let us be careful, yes? Just in case this is the trap of the ghost. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll be fine. At the House of Mirrors. You know who Barry reminds me of? I can't remember the character's name, But in Demon Slayer, one of the Slayers is like an absolute scaredy cat who gets really serious at times, and that's who Barry reminds me of. Hey, does nobody think it's eerie how the House of Mirrors is at the furthest end of the fair? There are also not really many people around this part. Whew. Maybe you're right, and it's not even in use anymore. It looks terribly outdated and run down, to be honest. Like a complete dumpster. I wonder why they still built it up and not completely got rid of it. Maybe it has a reason we just don't know yet. Let's head in and see what's all about the random graffiti. We enter the House of Mirrors for the entrance. No sign of any staff working here. Oof, it's dusty in here. I wiped the dirt from one of the mirrors with my sleeve. Are we sure we're allowed to go in here? It's on the message. We have to. Just stick together so we don't lose each other. I have to admit, it's also awfully dark in here. Let's do this quickly and get out as fast as we can. Yes, please hurry. Alright. Okay, let us look carefully. Where should we head to? I think we should go east. Nah, looks like south is the way to go. What next? Well, Barry's a serial killer, so clearly we should head south. Just follow me. It's only getting darker in this direction. I can't see anything in here. I think we'll be fine. Maybe turn the screen on your phone. Good idea. Let's try that. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Oh wow, the reflective light only makes it worse. I'll turn it off again. Thank you. Let's head on carefully. Maybe now we head east? I guess we go east. Is this the middle of the maze? I have no idea. All those sparkly reflections confuse me so much. I'm glad I'm not alone in here. I think I'd have already gone around in a circle by now. Don't worry, I'm sure we're on the right way. Where's D? Where's D, guys? Where's D? D? Oh god, alright, well, we'll just keep editing. And east. I'm scared, Kim. Don't be. Come here. It's just a fair ride humans made. Very old one. I look at one of the mirrors, which has already started to corrode. There's not only a lot of dust and broken stuff in here, but still no ghosts. Yeah, I know. I'm sure we'll be out of here very soon. I hope you're right. Ooh, south? Deep south. How about south? Hey, look! Oh, hey! This looks like the exit! Oh, thank goodness! We're finally free again. Let's head outside. Yay, we made it! Wait. Kim? What is it? When was the last time D was with us? What do you... Oh shit! You're right, D is gone! D is gone? Calm down, Barry. Maybe we should head back and look after her? This is not good. This is not good. This has to be the curse of the fair. Barry. Ghosts must have gotten her. Suddenly my phone vibrates again. Now a text message. Sarah contacted me. She's fine. She spent the day with her new boyfriend. See you on Monday. I freaking knew it. I look at the still worried Barry next to me. Sasha just contacted me. Sarah's okay. I don't think she even was near the fair today. You sure? Yes, I'm sure. She's not a victim of the curse. But what about Dee? Suddenly a cold breeze occurs. I feel a slight touch on my shoulder. Again. Huh? I shiver and turn around. Nothing. What? Who was this? Eerie voice. Your friend is in danger. Look behind the blind mirror. What was that? Did you say something, Kim? No. You sure? Yeah? Barry, I think we have to head back inside. We have to look after Dee. Quickly! I have this feeling something is amiss. Yeah. It can't be good if they stay alone in there for too long. Let's head back. This fair is going to drive me crazy. I don't care about the whole curse thing anymore, but I want my friends to be safe. I force myself to think about it any further, and we head back inside. Barry is the eerie voice. My mirror. My mirror. What are you looking for? Have you seen something inside here that could be described as a blind mirror? I don't know. Maybe a cloudy mirror? Oh, I think I remember now. I've already seen one that could fit that description. That's cool and all, but why are we looking for one? This is where D might be. I point at the one of the mirrors on the wall that has lost its reflection. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Two cracks run along its cloudy surface. Try giving it a push. Maybe it's a hidden door or something. He pushes with his shoulder against the mirror and presses against it. With a grating sound, the mirror gives in. The hidden door swings open, giving sight into a small, cramped storage room. Boxes with supplies for stalls are stacked up on top of each other. Plastic trinkets, stuffed animals, toy guns, balls for the can knocked down. Between them, a small desk and a chair in front of it, on which Dee is tied up with some duct tape covering her mouth. Her eyes gaze over to us. Oh, what in the D? We rush over to her, freeing her as quick as we can. Shit. Thanks, guys. What happened to you? I'll tell you later. We should get out of here before they get back. Hey? You don't want to know. Just one moment. He looks behind her, then shoves some things under her shirt and into her pockets. Is she trying to steal? I decide not to say anything. Okay, I'm ready. Let's leave. This way. I showed you the way out of the maze. Man, I thought you were never going to come rescue me. Don't judge us. Barry and I tried our best to find you. Yes, we did. Reach the last turn, almost to the exit. Shoot. We come to a halt as two large shadows suddenly block our way out. Two adult men stand in front of us. There they are. Huh? Thoughts are racing through my brain. What should I do? Should we run? Should we run? Before I can sort my thoughts any further, Dee makes a quick movement. She pulls something out of her pocket and throws it really hard. It's a ball from the storage room. One of the men whimpers in pain, the other one ducks away. Another bullseye for me. Quick now. I shove away the man that got hit. All of us run from the other one as quick as we can. We turn at a corner between the stalls. And as the voice behind us shout, we quickly hide behind some trash cans. Call the police, Kim. I have more munition if they try to get us. Frankly, I type in the number of the emergency hotline on my phone. The others stay quiet as possible while they wait for me to finish the call. In the distance, I can hear one of the men cursing and kicking a stack of boxes looking for us. Okay, they told me they will be here in a few. Let's move then. Can't stay here, or else those guys might find us before the cops are here. Quietly, we stand up and sneak around another corner. Barry takes a peek behind one of the other stalls. If we go back to the crowd, they might not follow us. Good idea, Barry. We successfully managed to hide among the fair visitors. I think we should be safe now. By the way, Dee, They didn't keep them on the line? What emergency operator is this? Small town emergencies, you know? Ah, it's just some kids at the fair. Probably talking about curses and ghost stories. I'll send someone around when we have the time. By the way, D, why did they try to, kidnap you? There was some evidence against them in the storage room. I snuck into it. Evidence? Yeah. You see, the whole thing with the missing people last year made me suspicious. So before we met here, I did some research. Nothing against you, Barry, but you didn't remember all the details about the newspaper article. Apparently, 4 years ago, 2 people went missing in October, related to money laundering. It was as though it was thought they might have been connected with the company that runs this fair, but it could never be proven. And the evidence you found? Don't you think they'll destroy that now that you've run away? How naive do you think I am? She pulls some papers from under her shirt. Oh, this looks like some forged ledger. We should show this to police later. Yep. But what will happen to the fair now? The fair then? I hope it will be fine. Mrs. Barry says that we hear signs approaching the fair. LOL, is this small town Queens? State Island Emergency Operator. Hey, yo. This is mainland Queens. State Island Emergency Operators. Yeah, this is Queens, Nebraska. Tuesday, 11:24 a.m. All 3 of us sit in the police station in the interview. Apparently, the 2 criminals are on the run again. When the police arrived at the hideout, it was already totally ransacked. And the fair got closed for the rest of the season, while the police is investigating everyone working there. Looks like the owner of the fair might not be involved in the money laundering at all. The rumors spread fast. I hope the fair will be back again next year. I can't wait to go there again with you 2, hunting ghosts and curses. Is something wrong, Kim? No hard feelings, but I think I've had enough ghost stories for a lifetime. Wild horses couldn't drag me back to the cursed place. I'm just glad all of us got out there alive. I was shiver thinking about the ghostly voice I heard in the House of Mirrors. Who knows what would have happened to D if I hadn't listened to it. Overall, we've been really lucky on this day. Thinking about it, the whole situation could have ended quite differently. Good ending. Whoa! We did it! I have no idea what picking any of the fucking items had to do with anything, because we didn't use the bat or the gummy or the... What was the other thing? Or the sticky hand. But maybe we just picked items that the ghost liked, and so the ghost decided to help us? I don't know. Maybe the ghost was like, that kid's got good taste. I'm gonna help out that kid. Ugh. Well, that was the haunted fair. And for the first time during a visual novel, we didn't have to restart multiple times over and over again to avoid death. We actually did it pretty quick. I am surprised. I just kind of went, okay, so we went south and then east, and I'm like, well, if we just keep hitting east, we'll hit a wall, right? And then you just follow the wall along until you find where you need to go. So like, okay, all the way east, and then just like, I guess the opposite end, like all the way south, and then that should be the opposite end, right? And it worked. Worked like a charm, like clockwork. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. But yeah, that has been the haunted fair. So we have done 2 short stories, a little bit of manga fun with some more music. I'll see if I can't. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Music is always tricky because you want music that's not copywritten. So I'll see. Maybe I could find some good. I could probably find some more good royalty-free music to add in. I don't know about sound effects. That's a little trickier, but we'll see. Maybe I can manage something a little bit more cohesive for audio effects. But the audio effects are like definitely for short stories and comics. The visual novels, they have their own stuff, so it's a little easier on me in that respect. Yeah. But I think that's probably where we're gonna call it for this stream. As the intention behind these streams has always been that they'd be lighthearted, fun little short afternoon jaunts. Of course, it's getting into evening for me, so for most of everyone else, it's probably like dinner time or later than that. But yeah, it's just supposed to be a nice little lighthearted fun times with some voice acting and some slaughtering of monsters and the giant serpent thing and the death of a person and attempted kidnapping. Yeah, so maybe not so lighthearted, but like the artwork and stuff was nice. That was pretty, right? I also learned today that I give off cutesy bat vibes. I don't know what that means about me, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. So yeah, I think that's probably where we're gonna end off the stream for it's not even nighttime. I'm so used to like my routine of like, that's where we end the stream for the night, guys. Thanks everybody for watching for the past like 8 hours, and it's just kind of like, oh yeah, we had like a nice little quiet time. Some nice chill whatevers. It was good. Let me see here. Yeah. A little bit of that. But yeah. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Liz, I always appreciate having you around to chitter chat with during the streams. I hope the rest of your work went well with all of the name changes and whatnot. As far as I'm aware, we'll be back on Friday for Gloomhaven and the usual shenanigans. I've got a few. I'm gonna work on 2 more shorts, YouTube shorts from our KOTOR 2 playthrough, because there were some pretty silly moments that happened last time. A lot of dialogue and whatnot, but there's a couple moments of like, this was special. This was just us having like the right events, like right time, right place. I can't believe I can actually do this sort of silliness, and then the game just being a dick. Oh, Liz, I figured out how to make Pazak playable. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 80% sure. So, Pazak, it's kind of like blackjack. Pazak stream, only Pazak. I don't know that people would find that entertaining. I don't know. Like, I play Pazak for a while, and I'm like, this is fine. But like, I don't know that other people like, maybe one day if we hit it off like crazy, I'll be like, hey guys, sub goal of like this many. And if we hit it, we'll do a 12-hour Pazak stream just because. You don't believe gambling is entertaining? I mean, with the amount of save scumming I do, probably not. But no, I found out. It's a field of dreams. Do it and they will come. Pazak is slightly skill-based, but largely luck-based. It just depends on what cards you get when, right? But the computer cheats like a motherfucker. Well, as it turns out, if you change the difficulty settings of the game, the computer cheats less in Pazak. So, I was like, oh, how can I make Pazak so that it's like an honest 50-50 and actually feels like a fair, fun time? And it's like, oh, all I have to do is change the difficulty setting to like easy, and then suddenly it feels like an actual 50-50. And I was like, God damn it. Because I've been playing on hard, right? And I thought that's gonna be like, oh yeah, harder skill checks, you know, combat's gonna be more difficult, that sort of stuff. Oh, I didn't think it would affect Pazak. I didn't think it would make Pazak unbearable. I didn't think it affected the swoop race, but Pazak apparently became more cheating. More, the computer was more of a cheater in Pazak because of the difficulty setting. Which was a surprise to me. I was just kind of like, really? This is, you have to fuck me here too, game? It's rough. Like, you win like 1 in 10, 1 in like 15 games sometimes if you play Pazak on hard for whatever reason, and it's strange. It's very strange. I've seen a chat go crazy on Pazak in Conrad's stream. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, I mean, I guess I just haven't had people that are like really active when I play Pazak, you know? Like, I'll play Pazak for a while, and I'll try and make it interesting. I'll try and drum up some you know, word salad to go along with it, but people are usually like pretty, they're lurking, right? And so I never know. When you got lurkers in chat, it's always like, do people like this? Do people not like this? Should I just move on and come back at a later point, you know? It's difficult. When everyone's silent, just watching, you're like, I hope you like this, but I don't know. Yep. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna, I guess, take a break, maybe have some food, and then get some more editing done and stuff. It's crazy. It's doing afternoon things and then having my evening to myself and not having like streams and stuff is always just, it's so out there for my schedule. But yeah, as I said, thank you everyone for coming by, checking out the stream. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed, there's all the socials in the descriptions below. We're posting more memes, we're posting more shorts on the YouTube stuff. There might be some more edited content coming down the pipe, though nothing immediate. But we got a couple of good edits in that you can check out. And there's a Discord channel that I'm always looking to get more people involved in and get more conversations going. I'm also giving away a code to Destroy All Humans because I have an extra code, and I was like, hey, this game is my childhood, would anyone like a copy? So we'll see, but that's it for me. So have a good rest of your night, good rest of your week, hope the weekend comes soon, and I will see all of you at the Haunted Fair. Is that right? Peace out.